Okay, back with you. And what we want to go over in this video tutorial is certainly canceled orders and shopping. Again, we want to go over canceled orders and shopping. The first thing we'll do is we'll click here on canceled orders, and you'll become familiar with this as the series comes along. In the canceled orders department, uh, what we what we these are people that we had actually written uh, posts for before, but at some point, we had to cancel. We had to cancel some of these orders, and there could be many reasons for canceling an order. One of the first reasons is, for this, this buyer failed to respond to buyer instructions. We will certainly get into what that means in the long run, but the chief reason for canceling orders is people who don't they fail to respond to buyer instructions. We're going to show you how to set that up, uh, and we're going to show you kind of how to get them to respond so you don't have to refund the money. The second reason is, and it pained us. It pained us. Our balance, obviously, the 386 or whatever that was. You see 15, 20, 25, 30. We gave back $100 and some dollars because we just canceled. We canceled a lot of orders. Now the next reason is you've dealt with a buyer you deal with a buyer who doesn't. They will give you instructions, but you don't agree with what they are asking you to do. And we're going to go ahead and open this one up, for instance. Now, we made very clear that in our video intro here on Fiverr, and we'll show you what that is. We made very clear that we will not we wouldn't write blog posts on uh, adult content, pornography. We would not write content based on, and certainly descriptions, prescription drug related things. And then, ultimately we wouldn't write on gambling. But this person chose to try to buy a gig anyway, and they wanted us to write about prescription drugs, and we just wouldn't do that. So what we did is we emailed Fiverr and we told them we disagree and we weren't going to write it. So we had to give this money back. And we say that to say this, and that you will understand that when we get into the video production part of this, is you have to make clear what you will and what you will not do, because it is buyers will ask you to do some really outrageous things. Now, the rest of these and oh folks, you see 20, 35, 45, 55, 60, 65, 70. We canceled a lot of orders as we wrapped up our testing of Fiverr to see if it was a legitimate home-based business opportunity. Simply because at that time we were embroiled. Us and a few more sellers were embroiled with Fiverr. With not being able to contest feedback that was inaccurate, not because we believe because we were insulted. No, it was just as we said before, buyers are confused about what they want. They will make wild accusations about you that are not true, and you've done everything that they've asked you to do. So at that point, the last guy we showed you, they accused us of article spinning. And folks, for a writer, again, to be called an article spinner or plagiarizer, it will ultimately hurt you across the web. You have to think beyond Fiverr, because folks, at the end of the day, it's a great part-time opportunity, but are you going to allow somebody to make accusations about your business that are simply inaccurate, not because you believe they're inaccurate, but because you have the proof that they're not inaccurate, but they are inaccurate. So we refuse to write anything further at that point, for a lot of reasons. First is these people just made accusations, and we weren't willing to take the chance that these folks here would give us negative feedback and further erode our credibility as writers. Because you have to remember, and let's go up to the top, people can say terrible things about you that are not true, and they can share it across the web. So the question becomes, are you going to allow your reputation to be managed by others? So that was another reason we canceled orders. With this person, we canceled an order because they just simply didn't understand what it was they were ordering, and they said, "Hey, this isn't what I expected." So before we went into the negative feedback thing again, they a lot of times they won't know what they want. We say, "Hey, we'll just refund your money," and we gave them references to others here on Fiverr, other sellers who might be able to give them what they want. So all in all, canceling orders will occur for whatever reason, but just be ready to deal with it and understand, as you can see here, uh, giving back money is painful, but sometimes it's better to give back a few dollars than to suffer the damage of your reputation. The next thing we want to just briefly talk about is shopping. So we'll click on the shopping button, and what you will see, we have an order out right now, and let us show you, folks. We use Fiverr. We actually are having, and this is our Udemy profile, we actually are having our favorite banner designer and ad designer on Fiverr make us a cover, make us a video, make us a course cover for this course that we're shooting right now. And we did that to point this out, is that there are really legitimate sellers here on Fiverr that do great work, and they will do great work for $5. Now, you're going to have to sift through a lot of them, but once you get locked in on a person and they do a good job for you, it you need to keep on with that relationship. So we're going to go here to complete it. Now, another something else that we just want to take you through Fiverr. Now, a lot of this money was spent before we actually started becoming sellers because we wanted to test the services to see if we could legitimately vouch for the services. Now, some of these folks are really good, and some of them are really bad. That's just, but you just have to sift through how what that looks like for you. We want to show you something. Okay, our favorite designer, and we want to show you just a little bit of her work. She designed this for us, and this is one of our Udemy courses. We just started shooting on. We just started uploading our courses to Udemy recently. She designed this for us. She designed this for us, and she's going to design that for us. So you can, folks, certainly trust that a lot of these folks do a really great job. We want to take you to another gig. So we already told you that writing website content, social media content, whatever it is a boom for your business. And we're going to show you. And we're going to set up a profile and get orders right to it, so you can see that this works. Another great way to make a few extra bucks here on Fiverr each month is quick website design. Another way is marketing videos and promotional videos. Let us show you something that we let us show you the top gig moneymaker here on Fiverr that we could certainly attest to. So, if you need a website intro, we won't use Mr. Shepherd. We want to use the Chipper. We want to use Chip. Shoot your promotional. Let's look. Let's get him up here really quick. Promotional video testimonial. Where you at, Chipper? So, one, two, three, four. Let's click on this. Okay, this is Chipperwood, and Chip is a great website intro person. We've gotten 4 or 5 videos from him. We spent 150 bucks on from our properties. He does incredible work. He will basically shoot you an intro. He'll shoot you an intro for $5, but you want to take advantage of his extras, and gig extras is where you make the money. And we'll talk about what that is as we set up gigs. But this guy does quality work. Our designer does quality work, and all we're saying is as we go through the categories here, you will get great ideas on what to actually, who does great work, who doesn't do great work, and you will definitely benefit from this. So all we're saying is you want you want to be a buyer, you want to be a seller on here, but if there's ancillary services you need for your website, for your social media profiles, it could be had here at Fiverr. And folks, we spent money here. We are not telling you something that we do not do ourselves. Now, we clicked on the payment button, as you can see, and this just shows your payment to folks who you order services from. And I can tell you this: if we spent 250 bucks, and we probably spent 400 bucks on web banners, on intro videos, whatever it is, that real world cost is a couple of $1,000s. So don't be afraid to spend money here on Fiverr or with some of these sellers here, because they do awesome work. And we're not saying this because we're sellers. Well, we used to be sellers anyway. We're saying this because we've tested it ourselves, as well as a seller yourself. We've tested the process and we've made money here. The last thing we want to just briefly touch on is there are two ways to to withdraw your funds, and you'll see what this means. We strongly urge you to stay away from this, and this will become apparent when you understand what these two categories really mean. But you need to get the money straight to your PayPal account when it's available. Fiverr is going to earn money, interest, off holding your payments for a little while. We don't suggest leaving it on a Fiverr revenue card, and we'll tell you why. So, folks, join us for the next video tutorial. What we will briefly do is review email communications between potential buyers or people who have bought in the past, and how to respond to those in order to turn them into gigs or sales. Stay with us.